What's up, you guys? Godzilla fan freaks coming at you today with another figure review. And today we are going to be looking at the NECA 1964 Godzilla from the 1964 film Godzilla vs. Mothra, or Mothra vs. Godzilla, however you want to title it. On the box here, they actually put Godzilla against Mothra, which is interesting. But anyway, just a quick look at the box. Again, flashy box here with the original movie poster on the front. Pretty much same thing for both of the spines of the box. You got the top of the box. Again, they used Godzilla against Mothra, which is interesting. Bottom, you got the barcode, NECA, Real Toys. On the back, you got some promo shots of the figure. A little bit of a write-up here on Godzilla versus Mothra. Again, that's where the price tag went. And then, of course, just covered up Godzilla's face. One thing I do like to point out about this poster, how it pretty much is the 1962 Godzilla they used on the poster, but the 1964 is pretty much very different. Considered one of the best Godzilla designs, actually, and actually considered one of the best Godzilla movies. And I can agree with that. I love Mothra vs. Godzilla. It's a very, very good film. Definitely a monster classic. You open it up. You got the window where the figure would be. A nice picture of Mothra's egg washed up on the beach from the film. You got the two little Mothra larvas down here. And then you got a nice shot of the figure just walking around. So very nice. Oh, and then of course you got Mothra flying up top here. Very cool box. Again, these are a lot flashier. They stick out on the shelves a lot more rather than just the basic blister cart packaging that we were getting. So it is good on NECA's part to change up the boxes to make them pop out more. You know, it's actually a good selling point for these figures rather than just coming in something like a blister cart. But probably just like the last one, I'm probably just going to cut this off and kind of just have a mini hard version of the movie poster. Other than that, probably going to trash the box. But that's enough about the box. Let's get on to the figure. Here is the NECA 1964 Godzilla. Start off with paint. He's a very nice black, dark, kind of charcoal black grayish color all the way around, which is Godzilla has been known to be for many, many years. Looks really good. You got light gray highlights on the body. Spines, very nice light gray highlights on the outer parts of the spines. Looks very good. His eyes, kind of not as much as a bright yellow as the last one for 62, but a little bit of a, it's kind of like a creamier yellow with black pupils. Teeth, very nice ivory color. Inside his mouth, a very nice red. Claws, kind of like a grayish ivory color on his hands and his feet. His eyebrows up here, kind of like a nice lighter gray. Looks really good. It's kind of hard to see in this light. I just recently replaced the lights here that are sitting over the table, and they really haven't been working as well for these last couple reviews, so forgive me for that. That's why I'm trying to turn the figure around in so many different ways so you guys can like see everything. Because if I just hold him straight, it's like, look how dark all that is. It's kind of disappointing. But paint job looks good all the way around. Detail, it's got all that scaly skin. Looks really good. Claws on his hands and his feet look really nice. Again, all the teeth are individually sculpted again. Look really nice. Got a tongue in there. Again, his brows and his face and everything. That was the one thing about 64 that was very menacing, as how just mean he looked dead on. Spines, 100% 64. Tail, again, looks great. Feet, just like with the 62, but here on the 64, they actually got the 62 one. I said needed a little bit more of a toe spread. Probably not this much for sure, but they got the toe spread perfect on this guy. Feet just look great. Fingers, knuckles, everything looks good on this guy. Got really nice dark bags underneath his eyes. Just makes him look like he, well, he did wake up pissed off in this movie, so just definitely looks like he just hasn't had his coffee yet. That's for sure. Overall, good detail and paint all the way around. No complaints. Articulation, kind of just like the last guy. I will say, if you have any problems moving the joints at first, take a blow dryer. Take a hair dryer to this guy. Heat him up a little bit. Loosen those joints. Because if you do try to force them, again, I've seen people who have been running into breaking joints, and then you got to glue stuff back together, and then, of course, that piece isn't really going to move well at all anymore. You would have to go out and buy a whole new figure and then start over and then do what I say and do the hairdryer thing. So don't break your figures. Don't force a joint. Do the hairdryer first just to be safe, especially if something's really stiff, just so you don't break your figure. But articulation on this guy, it's limited just like the last guy. This guy's not as fat or as bulky as the 62. He's a little more lean and straight up. But still, articulation is limited. His head, you can get to look down that far, and then you can kind of get it to look kind of straightforward and up. But that was basically 62's whole thing in the movie. He was kind of more of a hunchback through the whole film. So you got this nice arch of a hunch throughout the whole figure. Shoulders, again, you can move up and down, kind of in and out, not a whole heck of a lot. Again, elbows are stiff, but again, there's hardly any movement there. Wrists, again, you can rotate, get on a hinge, so you can go like that, and then of course he has finger articulation to where you can open and close his hands. Torso, upper torso anyway, you can get him to turn left and right. Can't really get him to rock back and forth all that much though. Very limited. Legs, stiff again. I can kind of get mine to kick out even after warming him up with a hairdryer. Still kind of hard to move. So not a lot of movement in those hip joints right there. He does have knee articulation. You can see the hinge, there, but still, even then, they're hard to move, and I really don't. I'm surprised he's still that stiff even after a hairdryer. Whoa, yeah, no, I'm not even going to try that. That's just waiting to break. They can rotate, though, at the knee a little bit, and then, of course, his ankles are the same. You can get him to tilt down, tilt up, kind of tilt side to side, and then, of course, rotate however you want. Yeah, wow, this guy's still really stiff even after I did a hairdryer with him. That's surprising. Of course, the mouth can open up as well on a nice little hinge. Tail, fully articulated tail pretty much. Looks really good, moves really good. Again, his tail comes segmented, so again, you just got to heat up the part that plugs into the ball joint, and then it'll pop on relatively easy for you. He does come with a beam effect, and like I said in the last video, it's a little thinner. It's not as thick and fiery. It is a little thinner of a fire effect. But again, they were lazy with it. So what did I do? I just lightly touched it up with some blue. I just blended in some blue there with the white. Came out really nice. You can see it well. And to me, that just looks better. Again, NECA and SH Monster Arts, they've been lacking, and they've been making us, the consumers, the collectors, if we're that OCD, anal, whatever you want to call it, about it, fix the figures ourselves. I just wish that they would just give us the bang for the buck. Again, it plugs into the mouth. It doesn't plug in as easy, though, as the other ones from NECA that I've had. That's my only gripe. And when you do plug it in, it rubs against the top teeth. And over time, taking this in and out, that's going to rub paint off of those. So it's like this doesn't really sit in his mouth all that well. I mean, you got to press it in there. And again, it just presses up against the teeth. And it just kind of makes you irk a little bit. But still, it definitely looks better with a little bit of blue. I could have went a little bit further up with the blue. I'll probably do that a little later on. I'll move that blue up a little further. But still, my opinion, looks a lot better than it just being like a plain translucent with some white for sure. Now just some size comparisons with this guy. Let's get the camera a little more down, because not as many big size comparisons with this guy, because I only have one X Plus 64, but it's the American release. Well, let's just size him up here with some 64s here. Here he is with the 50th anniversary memorial box Godzilla 64. Little taller than your basic Bandai, but that's all right. But there he is with a 50th anniversary memorial box 64. Looks good. Look good next to each other. Here he is scaled up with the SH Monster Arts version 2 1964, where he's like coming out of the ground. The dusty version. Very tiny in comparison. But definitely the best looking 64 that I have. You know, again, you get what you paid for. This guy, 20, 25 bucks. This guy, when he came out, was, you know, $60, $65. A little bit more now, probably, that he's hit aftermarket. Not SH Monster Art's best figure, but definitely, again, still just better sculpted, better detailed. Just has an overall better 64 look. You know, got that ugly gap right there, which, you know, of course, NECA has no gap, hardly at all, so kudos to them. But still, there he is compared with the SH Monster Arts 1964. And then, of course, there's the beam effect that came with the 1964 SH Monster Arts. This one actually has a little hint of blue, so it's a little bit better, but still, I might even add more blue to that at some point, just like I said with the 1962 SH Monster Arts. Here he is compared to the only X Plus 1964 Godzilla I have. And this is the American X Plus release. Pretty much almost about the same height. But they look good. Size them up with some other NECAs. Here is the special poster art version of the 54. And then lastly, here is the guy from the last review, the 1962 Godzilla. Look good next to each other. Again, 62's more beefy all the way around, even in the tail. His tail's a little more beefy, more slimmer over here. So just to show you guys some differences. That's about it. Look good all the way around though. NECA's been doing a pretty fair job with their Godzilla figures. Ever since that really kind of bad mess of a 84 figure that they released, they've actually been doing a pretty good job with their Godzilla figures. So just to wrap this review up, just like the last guy, I have another shot here with the box with this fire effect, and that's about it, you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Like always, we are Godzilla Fan Freaks. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Go check out the Facebook page. Give it a like, follow, whatever. Again, I'm always responding to comments, messages, any questions, anything like that. Again, I'm still relevant in all the groups and around. Just been busy with life, but hopefully these last two reviews will be enough to whet your guys' palates for that little bit much longer, and I'll try to be a little bit better on maybe just finding stuff. You know, it's not that I haven't been going out of my way to buy stuff, just really haven't had the time. But these guys were nice to pick up, and it was nice to find stuff locally too. That always makes it easier versus ordering stuff online. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed my review of the NECA 1964 Godzilla figure, and like always, we will see you in the next video. This has been Godzilla Fan Freaks. See you later.